Hello and welcome to this panel session on how to get 50/45 tax rebate for international animation productions in Tenerife through 3 case studies. I'm Concha Díaz, coordinator and Tenerife Film Commission, and I will be moderating this panel session with our 3 guests. Tenerife has hosted for more than, in these 20 years, more than 1,700 productions, and since 2015, we have a lot of animation productions. There are more than 350 people working on our animation studios. We have with us Mercedes Marro. She is the director at Tomavisión with more than 25 years experience in the animation industry as a director and producer of her own IPs, as well as leading the development of clients' projects. In her career, there are several project highlights as Lara, nominated to the Emmy Kids Awards. In 2017, Tomavisión landed in Tenerife and opened a big studio focused in animation service with 100 artists. So since then, Tomavisión has worked in different projects, as they, for example, with the Chinese production company Life Pocket, or with the case we are having today with the American Warner Bros. Project Space Jam: A New Legacy, a live-action animated sports comedy film directed by Malcolm D. Lee, a sequel of Space Jam from 1996. Tomavisión provided all the traditional animation services for this future film. Mercedes, hello, and please activate your mic because if not, we cannot hear you.
Nice to meet you all, and I have to point out some. To start with, welcome everybody. But I have to point out that in Space Jam, we didn't work directly with Warner Brothers. We worked for Tony the NDA, and that's it. So we can go on.
Yes, Warner Brothers distributed.
Yeah, I was the producer. We work for a subsidiary, let's say.
Perfect. Then we have Angélica García. She is the general manager at Big Water Animation Studios. She studied architecture and worked at the beginning in systems applied to design. Then she went into construction and the hotel industry. But finally, she came back to the animation and to the design and image. And she is the general manager of Big Water when they landed in Tenerife in 2017. It's a group that has positioned itself in Europe as an innovator thanks to its latest production, Treasure Trackers, that we will talk today, because they developed a heavy pipeline unique in the world. Treasure Trackers is an animated 3D series of 52 chapters of 11 minutes each, and they come from Iceland. Hi, Angélica.
Hi, hello everybody. Thanks for this invitation, and I'm very proud to be with my 2 colleagues from Tenerife. We have here a studio, and we are doing a few animation series. We did last year Petson and Findus, that it's in 2D, and we are going to get the rebate, but it's in the process. And today we are going to talk about the rebate of Treasure Trackers. Thank you very much.
Okay, that it was finally received and everything. And finally, we have Raúl Carbo. He's founder, creative director, and CEO at Efecto Animation Studios. After obtaining his mechanical engineering degree, Raúl spent a year in the Polytechnic University of Barcelona and also in Oxford, where he made his debut in the field of 3D. Following a trainer in 3D animation in Montpellier, he founded Efecto 3D Animation Studio in 2005. His company has worked for big names and industry leaders, especially on commercials for Michelin, Haribo, Cetalem. In 2019, he founded in Efecto Atlantis in Tenerife and jumps into the service for a French animated series titled Tara Duncan and the Spellblinders, based on a successful series of books. It is in full CG with 52 chapters too, but 13 minutes each. And before we go into, hello, Raúl, turn on your mic.
I was afraid I couldn't say hello to everybody. So hello, everyone, and thank you very much for the invitation. So yes, thank you for remembering my engineer years. It was my previous life. It was a long time ago, but I'm very glad to share today all this material and information with you all, and I'm very proud too to be here with my colleagues. So thank you very much for the invitation.
Yes, so let's play a video. It's only 1 minute length regarding all the animation and the opportunities to work here in Tenerife. Sorry, I have to, just 1 second, that there is just a small technical problem to share it with the video, with the audio. Let's go.
Tenerife Film Commission, through Isla Cartoon, promotes audiovisual productions on the island by producers from Tenerife and abroad. We also promote local animation studios working together to promote Tenerife's booming sector internationally. Tenerife's animation industry has multiplied by 4 since 2015 and has emerged as a central component of Spain's digital and creative economy. Tenerife is one of the best places in Europe and the world to produce animation. It has one of the best tax incentives in Europe, with 50% available for the first million and 45% for the rest of the budget for co-productions and services. In addition, Tenerife offers a tax deduction for investment in R&D, and innovation is 45% and 0% VAT for audiovisual production. Moreover, new studios benefit from a 4% reduced permanent corporate tax. Tenerife training programs, top-tier IT infrastructures and connectivity, flourishing industry sector, strong institutional support, sector-specific events, and a great work-life combination definitely tip the balance in favor of Tenerife. Our passion for storytelling and the arts has created a culture perfectly suited for world-class animation studios to thrive upon. You have the talent, we have Isla Cartoon.
So let's go back, and after this general overview, let's go into details. Raúl, what are the basic requirements a production company needs to get the 50 and 45 tax rebate that is in cash in Tenerife, Canary Islands? And how did it work with your production from France? And what else do they need? But first, which are the basic requirements?
Yeah, we came specifically to the Canary Islands for this tax shelter, as it is one of the best systems in the world, super competitive, and I have to say that this tax shelter system here is super smart for the Canary Islands, as you don't need to bring any materials, sell anything. I mean, that's just artists, computers, tables, and so I think it's a very smart idea for the economic of the islands. What you need? I mean, you need a Canarian company based here in the Canary Islands. If you want to take advantage of this 50% till the first million and then the 45% after the first million, you need a minimum budget of 200,000 euros, and then having a minimum total budget of 2 million euros. That's the basic. In your case, I have to say that Tara Duncan, the project we are developing right now, was was really complex. We had plenty of characters, plenty of sets, magical effects, 2D and 3D effects, lots of things. We couldn't have done this quality and I mean the series as it was on the scripts. We couldn't have done it in France. We had to find other solutions, and one of them was taking advantages of these tax shelters in the Canary Islands, and also taking advantage of the Spanish talents and other European talents. I mean, bringing people to the islands. So for us, we are talking about a budget of around 10 millions for this series on a 2 years project. So we had no problem in fulfilling all the minimum requirements for the tax shelters, as it was a complex project and a long-term project. So that was okay for us. That was perfect. And so coming here allowed us to really bring into the game this good quality, the number of characters the production company wanted, and everything. So for us, it was really a fantastic solution to go on the production.
Perfect. Which are the strengths of your company for coming here? So you have a lot of solutions creative solutions for the projects, don't you?
Well, yes. When we came here, I mean, as you were saying, when we were in France, we were a studio about 15 people dealing with commercials and short projects and teasers, this kind of thing. When we came here, we had to find new people, new team. We are right now 180 people. Most of the people are working remotely. We have about 60-70 people here at the studio right now because of COVID things. But yeah, our strengths are right now, we are more focused on pre-production and then everything concerning the post-animation. But we had to develop, we have hired a lot of people coming from feature film industry, from Spain, France, United Kingdom. The idea was to bring some quality and talented people to the island too, and bring something, some good quality into the project. So right now we did the animation is a mix. So the animation on Tara Duncan is a mix right now of motion capture and keyframe. So the motion capture was made in France because we had no motion capture studio here. That's the only part that was made outside the Canary Islands. All the rest was made here. And as we were already doing that for commercials in France, we had here in the studio a big production staff, let's say a staff of production, but also a creative cell that allows us to, on one hand, find creative solutions for the show, on the other hand, which is intended to develop new IPs in the future.
Okay, thank you so much. Mercedes, what about Space Jam 2? Because the tax rebate covers all costs from the very early stage until the post-production. So how is the process when you talk with a foreign production company? Which contracts you have to do? How was your experience? And turn on the mic, Mercedes. Turn on the mic, because if not, we cannot hear you.
Thank you for reminding, Concha. So good. The experience in Space Jam was in fact quite different of our first experience here, which was a global service working for the Left Pocket company. We did from script writing to music, everything. And we accompanied them, directing, guiding them, and everything, in every aspect of the production. So in Space Jam was absolutely different because we didn't do the whole service. This was another thing I wanted to point while you presented me, that it was great. Thank you so much. And the thing is that we did a very, very, very specific and part of the traditional animation in Space Jam, as everybody has now seen. The Looney Tunes appear in two ways. First, they appear as we have known them for ages in 2D animation, but then they become 3D characters. We didn't touch this. We did a very specific part of the traditional animation, which led us to build a very specific team. We worked on cleanup, so just cleaning up the animation, but every professional knows that you have to be very, very talented to clean up in a good way, enhancing the animation that has previously done. And we did the special effects, and we did the shadows and projected shadows, lights and shadows on the bodies of the characters. So we put together around 60 people in the middle of the COVID situation, which was very, very difficult, and led to delay the beginning of the production for so long that in the end, as in any production, but in this one was really exaggerated. When we really started working was very, very stressing, and we had to do a lot of effort and find a very practical way to speed up the production. But in the end, as other studios did around the world, we succeed, and I can say that it was the most comfortable experience. The team ended happy, which was incredible, and even they bought me some flowers, which was really incredible. The first production in my life ending in this way. So happy to have put our part of work there. Yeah, so, going back to serious things, sorry. You asked about what kind of document we have to do to start planning a rebate for a service. So first thing is a PSA, a production service agreement with a foreign production company, and specifying, of course, which is the kind of work we have to do, accomplishing all the requirements that Raúl has pointed, the minimum budget of the global production needs to be over minimum 2 million or over 2 million euros. The minimum expense, applicable expenses, demonstrable, is 200,000 euros. So we don't recommend just to take a very, very low budget in the edge of 2,000, because you take a risk. And everything is just being very well advised by professionals, knowing very well what you are doing, just not to take the risk of failing in the rebate. That's it. And I would also like to point that the law under which the rebate works is linked to the corporate tax law. And this means that it is linked to the calendar of the corporate tax law in Spain. So this is the first step. Understand this, and then you will understand when the money is coming back. And of course, every production is a different scenario regarding cash flow. And in some situations, there's need of advancing some cash. And there are ways to do that. We have worked with CREA SGR as a guarantor that has facilitated us advancing some cash in our different experiences. That's it.
Perfect. Yes, also to remind that it is cash what it comes back from the Spanish government when you finish the production, and you will give it back to the forage producer. Angélica, we wanted to know, it's not only about tax rebate, it's also about innovation, talent. What was your experience with treasure takers? What was the big point from the Iceland producer to decide to come to Tenerife and hire you?
Okay, here you can see the trash trackers. It's our main characters. Okay, we start to work with the client, and the problem was the client wants to do one of the each episode in a different part of the world. So we have to do a lot of scenarios, a lot of backgrounds, and that was the big issue for this series. So we decided to develop pipeline that use real-time render and the usual render, and we have to put it together. So that was the thing that we decide to come to Tenerife, because we can get the rebate and we can develop the pipeline and we can do the quality and all the thing that the client needs and want. And our results was amazing, and everybody was so happy. And right now we are with the second season of Trish Trekkers, and we really are so proud of this. And I think that when you come to Tenerife, you find really an amazing environment to develop your product. You find talent here, and as Raúl tell, we need some artists. We need to bring some artists, and but year by year we can find more and more talent here, and the people are specialized in each part of the process. So I think here we are doing a very good upgrade of the all the industry, all the animation industry. And
Yes.
about the rebate, we get our rebate. We have a little problem with the upload Hacienda system, but we have to say that we find a really support for the government, and we talk with Tenerife Film Commission, and we talk with Natasha, and we talk with people from Hacienda, and really they make that problem solve very quick, and our client right now is very happy because he get all that we promised him, and we think that the rebate in Tenerife works very good, and we are trying to get more clients, and we are trying to have more projects here, because really stay here and live here and be part of this industry and all this thing that we are growing here, it's very, very, very nice. So I invite everybody to come to Tenerife and to work with the rebate from Tenerife.
Thank you so much, Angélica, for your kind words. And also, before we finish, just to remind that we in Tenerife, we don't have VAT, we have IHIC, but for when you as a local production company are servicing a production company from abroad, you don't charge any VAT. And not only you, but also the providers from the Canary Islands won't charge any VAT. So that is a big saving. And also
Yes.
I think that all our animation studios in Tenerife are very competitive because on prices, because mostly of them are also SEC companies. That means that you only pay 4% of corporate income tax instead of 25% when you settle down a new company. And that in that type of company, you can also service and do the tax incentive. So I think the quality of the talent, the quality of the companies, the amazing tax rebate and the quality of life are all the ingredients to at least come and approach to the animation studios and to see if it's possible to make the production in the island. Do you want to say something else? Because we are about to run out of time.
No, I just wanted to add just a few words to because I really agree with what Angélica said. There are more and more good and talented people here on the island. That's really good to see. I mean, I'm here for 2 years only, but we've seen the difference and people coming and people knowing more and more and getting more and more talented and more skilled. So that's very, very pleasant. And I really agree with her when she says that, I mean, the islands can really become an animation hub for Europe because it really has the quality of life, this tax system. I mean, everything is done here to have a cool life and doing what we like. So definitely, yes.
Yes, and one thing, the people come and want to stay here.
Yeah, people come and stay.
Really, really, we enjoy. It's like you can work in something that you love, and you can feel that you are on vacation, and that is really, really cool.
Yeah, when we want to hire somebody from London, for example, we just tell him, come for a week, and then if you don't like, you go back.
Yes. That's a good trick. It's the best.
On my side, I would like to add that, of course, this tax incentive is looking to support the European talent and formation, education, and work. So one condition is hiring European talent. That's the main thing. And
Yes.
I totally agree with Raúl and Angélica. Not this weekend, because it seems that there's going to be maybe a little storm, but next week the studio will go to ocean car driving in the south of the island. So yeah, you can do this kind of thing here.
So thank you so much for all of you. If you are interested in knowing more our tax incentive, or put you in contact with animation studios, we say thank you. And here are our contact details. So thank you so much and see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.